Hi there, Soul Tribe, and welcome back to my channel, African Gypsy. For those who've returned, if you're here for the first time, welcome, welcome, and welcome on board. My name is Sunshine. I am a clairvoyant. That means I see visions. I'm clairaudient. That means I hear words, parts of conversations, and even parts of songs, things that have been said or that are going to be said. And I'm also an empath, so I might speak like I'm you or someone else during the course of this reading. This is a general psychic reading for the week, the 5th till the 12th of October. These readings are timeless. I do put a date on them, but whenever you find this reading, it's the right time for you. Let's start us off with an oracle message here. Stand your ground. So Spirit is asking you to stand firm with some decision that you've made. You're on the right track. If you decided to say no to something or decided to say yes to something, stand your ground. You're on the right track, because once people see that you're willing to stand your ground about something and have clearly defined boundaries, as time goes, they're going to come to respect those boundaries, and universe is going to start to connive and work to make sure that those boundaries meet up with a lot of support and growth for you. So stand your ground. That's the theme for this week. And I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amidst the discomfort. So for some of you, this week is a bit of an anal one, and it's not surprising with the Mercury retrograde doing its thing here. So there might be some very uncomfortable situations, but when you look at it like, okay, why is the situation coming to my life? And okay, it's an opportunity for me to grow, to develop, to become a better version of myself. When you look at it that way, it's much easier to work through it and see why universe has brought that particular lesson to your life. I surrender to a power greater than me. So this is acknowledging that there is a bigger power out there, whether you call it God, Spirit, whatever name you give that higher power, you acknowledge that and you're like, you know what, I surrender because I know you're in control. You've got everything working in my favor. You've got my best interest at heart, and things will work out well for me. And I'm going to stand my ground knowing that the power greater than me is at work. It's protecting me. It's providing for me. It's keeping me whole, safe, sane, and sound. So that may be a particular word for someone. Let's see what energies we've got coming out for the week ahead for the collective. I'd already done like a pre-shuffle. We've got the energy of the magician. So you're being asked to use the laws of attraction to attract the life that you want, the circumstances that you want in your life. Visualize it, daydream about it in as much clear detail as you can, because the mind is where it starts and ends. This is what I said in the last reading last week. And we spoke about how you can visualize what you want, what you think is what you get. Some of you are all faced with having to prioritize. There are two things that have come up and they're both okay, and you want to go for both of them. But Spirit is saying, you know what, prioritize, see what is an absolute priority. If it's not an absolute priority, then it's a no. If it's not an absolute yes, then it's a no. These are particular words I'm getting for someone. And this is because of a truth that has come out. Some truth is coming, like maybe it might be truth within yourself about decisions you need to make or about a direction that you want to take. For some of you, love has appeared. Some of you all are in the energy of love, and this is quite interesting, smack bang in the middle of retrograde. Some of you are all finding love, and Spirit is saying, well, it's a very good connection. You know who I'm talking to. It's a connection that's based on a lot of mutual trust and respect. You guys respect each other, you trust each other, and you've got a very solid friendship. Some of you all are meeting up with very influential people, signing some important contracts, agreements, or maybe memoranda of understanding, of agreement, and all of that. And I see that you're getting some very sound advice and possibly some legal advice as well as you're signing the documentation. Spirit is saying whatever circumstances you're coming through right now are not as serious as it first looks. In my experience, I know that there's a time when some unexpected thing comes up that you've never dealt with before, and you're like, oh gosh, I don't know how to deal with this one. Give me anything else, I can deal with that. This one I've never dealt with before. How am I going to get around this situation? And Spirit is saying, don't worry. There's a solution. It's just like solving a maths equation. The answer is there within the question. X is the unknown factor, but the answer is there within whatever problem has come up. And you're going to be very decisive this week, choosing different directions. Decisive because you've got the truth coming out, and you know you've got the power to manifest the life that you want. For some of you, you're being decisive about love, finding that you really want to be in a situation where you're in love and all of that. In the future, there's a lot of success for many of you. Respect from the community. It could be fame and fortune. I'm seeing Leo, Gemini energy coming through here. Many of you are going to be in a space where things are going extremely well for you, and you're going to be very, very happy because you are manifesting the happiness, and it's coming through. A lot of major energy is coming through. Some of you have come from a very, very difficult space in your lives. Something very unfair was happening, but that season is coming to an end and you're entering a more productive kind of a phase in your life. I see a lot more justice is coming because there was a lack of justice and equilibrium. Having come into Libra season, of course, justice, contracts, I wanted to say justice and equity come into the situation. So you're really balancing out things and becoming decisive as you walk out of that season that has been very difficult for you. Some of you all are traveling, some of you are signing documents and paperwork to allow you to travel. Maybe you're applying for paperwork or visas or passports and stuff like that. Some of you are applying for allowances even at work, so to allow you to travel. And this is also Cancer sign energy coming through as well. I see that many of you are going to be taking action as well towards the things you've been signing for. Perhaps you applied for stuff and now you're taking action to really actualize the agreements that you've made and all of that. That's coming out like that. I see someone is signing some documentation. They've put an order for something and they've signed for it, and now the action is going to collect the order, or the order finally being delivered and they're going through the order and now using it for whatever they had ordered it for. I see that, and I see that possibly the 7th of October is going to be quite significant for someone. For someone, there is conflict about love. Someone may be coming out at you and they don't want you to be in this new love. They're trying to fight that connection and all of that because they feel like you're theirs. They feel a sense of entitlement that you belong to them and you don't need to be someone else. For someone else, it's internal conflict about, I know this feels good, but am I really ready for this? Am I really the kind of person who can really be in that connection and all of that? But you know what? There's going to be an improvement in your circumstances, huge improvement. And for many of you, you're going to have really favorable working conditions, whether you're working from home or you're working, okay, Spirit just said in situ. I'm not quite sure what that means, but you know what that means to you. So whether you're working on location somewhere or you're working at home, but you're going to be very happy with the working conditions. Now let's clarify right now and get some spiritual intel in the house and find out what the Spirit wants us to know. What is crossing your path during the next few days? So someone is putting their guard down because they now know the truth about the situation. Someone knows the truth about the family, and they're like, okay, now that I know this truth about this family, I can now put my guard down. For the stories are different because this is a general reading, remember, so take what fits, leave what doesn't. For someone else, they're putting their guard up because of the truth they know about a family situation. It could be acquaintances, a WhatsApp group, a Facebook group, or whatever it is. Let's find out a bit more. What is this truth right here? Some of you are clearing some things away that don't serve you, clearing away certain connections that don't serve you. Not like, oh, no, I don't need you anymore, as I'm clearing you away, but just saying like, no, this is aina, this continues to hurt me. It's like chronic pain upon pain. And for my own self-preservation, I need to cut off this cord. I'm hearing this conversation with someone in particular. So as your intuition has been speaking to you and telling you, what, child, you need to really weigh up your options and really decide what are you investing your time, your effort, and your talents into. So your intuition has been talking to you. Also in the Mercury retrograde. Retrogrades are really perfect for that, for helping us to revise our working methods. I remember last week I spoke about communication being affected. And yes, with the blackout we experienced yesterday across social media platforms, some of you all met up with that energy, like face to face like that. That's Mercury retrograde. That's what it does. That's what it's here for, to go back to working methods and say what's working, what's not, what do we need to tweak up, what do we need to improve, what do we need to check out, what do we need to keep. So I see that you're following the advice. The truth is coming because you're following the advice of those who are wiser or more experienced than yourselves. At that juncture, I'd like to thank all of those who joined me over on Star FM last night with the interview, and a large shout out to Mbuya Soko, Bishop Sritole. I had a lovely time last night and meeting with people as well who are wiser and more experienced, and it was such an enriching, beautiful experience. Thank you, RK. Thank you, Star FM. You rock, guys. So you're going to be making money as well from your skills and your talents, and you're seeing a truth about that. That you know what? I don't need to rely on one income only. I need to have several different streams of income coming in for me, and that's okay. For someone in particular, I feel like you're being mentored into a very influential position, perhaps. They're saying leading the masses. This is a particular message for someone, whichever country you're in. And you're seeing the truth about that. Someone is saying, you know what, child, you've got okay, I'm going to edit the word, how it came out. You've got the oomph to be able to lead and stuff like that. And someone's taking you on board and they're saying, you know what, I will finance you, I will sponsor you, and I'm not just going to hand you over the money. Like, here, go spend the money on some campaign or whatever it is that you're doing, whatever thing you're advocating for. And they're saying, you know what, I'm giving you the finances and the advice. Don't spend your money all in one place. Don't spend it all one time. Be sure first. I remember a financial advisor saying, no, first make sure you spend your money on the paper, writing it down before you spend it in the shop. So someone's giving you advice like that. Let's find out a bit more here. What is, guys, that's a bit too much. What is coming towards the collective? What is this happiness, so that we can recognize it when it comes? It's really quite a joyful message. Some people are getting really happy about things to do with a marriage, a commitment, someone's proposing, someone's happy about a home, and they're happy about their work. And Spirit is saying, you know what? You have mastered your craft. You've come out head and shoulders above all of the rest. You've worked hard, you've perfected your skills, and you keep going. You don't get complacent. You know, you're just as strong as your last victory. You're not like, oh, last year I boxed, I was in a boxing ring and I fought against so and so, so I'm the best. You're kind of like, no, I'm as best as the fight I'm in now. So you're really good, and you're getting a lot of recognition and respect and success about your work. But you're not letting this get into your head, because see right here, you're getting into the hermit mode. Virgo energy coming through. You're going to the hermit mode where you're like, you know, just backing off. If you've been on my channel before, you know I refer to this like a military strategy. Attack and retreat. Attack, you're in your circles, you're getting all the accolades, the recognition and all of that. Retreat is not surrender. It's going into your cave, mubako, as we call it in my language, mubako. Mubako. You're going in mubako, into the cave, into the man cave, or whatever you call it. Weighing up your options, looking at where you want to go, what changes you need to make, bandaging up your wounds and all of that, and coming out with a strong strategy to make you work a lot better. So someone is with a Mercury retrograde deciding to step back from a lot of things. I don't feel like this is like a permanent hermit mode where you're just indoors. And like, you know, I don't mean become a total recluse. I mean, you're probably stepping out when you need to, do the things you do, come right back into your own energy, plan, plot, pray, whatever it is, and getting things done, and you're getting a lot of happiness with it. Because yes, there has been some sort of heartbreak or disappointment, the 3 swords thrown at you right here. So you're recovering, but you're like, no, just back the tent off. I got my sword right here. Don't you think I'm resting just like that? I am resting, but I'm not just resting on my laurels. I got my sword right next to me, because I remember the conflict I've just come out of, the one that's making me have to back up and bandage up wounds and think forward and all of that. I'm seeing a number 444 coming up as well. For me, this means self-care. Take care of yourself, take care of your health, drink lots of water, rest when you need to. Do an affirmation. I honor my body's needs to rest. You've got only one body, unless some of you all got a spare body somewhere in the cupboards that you can just pull out when you feel like you haven't used this one wisely. Yeah, so rest and all of that. Let's get some advice from Spirit real quick. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my details will be down in the description box below, and I do look forward to doing your readings. I heard the name Claudia as I'm shuffling. If you'd like to book a reading, please do make sure you contact me, and I'll be so happy to do that. So Spirit is saying you're about to enter a brand new cycle of your life, and you're getting divine inspiration as you do that. This could be inspiration to lead you forward. For some of you, it's inspiration to travel, and because an angel is opening up a doorway, a gateway for you. That's why you're taking the time to like pray and talk to your spirit guides, talk to your spirit team and all of that. And the divine inspiration is coming in, definitely. I'm talking to someone who's highly intuitive and psychic here as well. Spirit has got your back, and just trying to avoid any excesses as this door is open for you. I know you want to go full speed ahead, but Spirit's like, oh, hold those horses, steady speed, slow and steady gets the job done. Guys, I absolutely enjoyed doing this reading. I look forward to doing other readings for you. And I hope you have a blessed, powerful, prosperous, industrious, blessed week. Love and light till the next one. Sunshine, your favorite girl signing out.